We've passed on all we know.
Ooh.
1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight.
We will see it through the tears. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, what's your Kylo? No fucking way.
Always be with you. No one's ever really gone.
What? No, the Emperor. This is Skywalker. Oh.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Jaken Gaming. So it has been a while since I made my last video. I have been incredibly busy at work. We had a government audit going on and it's finally over. I can finally breathe a huge sigh of relief. Things are pretty much back to normal. We had a scheduled, inventory. Fortunately, everything went great. So I don't have that shit hanging over my head anymore. And so now I can pretty much go back to business as usual. So basically what was going on is that every day when I would come home from work, I was just so exhausted, I would just crash. So I've missed out on a lot of things that have been going on YouTube. But now that things are back to normal, I can hopefully get back to the original plan, which was for me to make, one video a week, give or take, maybe even two. Well, a lot has gone on in the Star Wars community over the past week or two. Star Wars Celebration ended, and I gotta tell you, I have not been excited about Star Wars since Episode 8 came out. So, we saw the teaser trailer for Episode 9, and I gotta tell you, I'm interested. I'm not gonna say I'm fully excited like I normally would be, and that's simply because I walked into the theater for Episode 8 and was sadly disappointed. So I kind of want to go into this one, I guess, kind of with an open mind. I don't want to go in there with beer goggles, I guess, like I did last time. But I will say I'm really happy that Palpatine's going to be back. Now, here's the deal with that. In what form is he going to be back, or what form is he going to be in this movie? Is he actually going to be alive in this movie? Is he going to just be like a hologram message or a hologram recording that Rey finds in the Death Star wreckage? Does she touch something and then all of a sudden, or like, does she find wreckage of the throne room, touch his chair, touch Emperor Palpatine's chair, and then all of a sudden she has a Force vision like she did in The Force Awakens when she touched the lightsaber? Or is he going to come back, I guess, as a Force ghost? Okay, so I guess those are the options, okay? And I've been watching videos on other YouTube channels where, those are all the theories that everyone's throwing around. Ultimately, we're just going to have to wait to see the movie. But the thing is that when you see how excited everyone was when they initially saw that trailer, I would really hope that Palpatine is actually alive in this movie. I think it would be kind of a letdown if I go there hoping that Palpatine's going to be alive and then all it is just a hologram recording of him from Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back or something. That would be a huge letdown. So I'm really hoping he's actually in the movie, okay, as a live character. Oh, excuse me. So, you know, there's that, and they really didn't have a choice but to bring him back. I mean, they killed off Snoke. You got Rian Johnson to thank for that fuckery, but you killed off your bad guy in the second movie. We really don't know shit about him. And I'm sorry, Kylo Ren's character, to me, is not a definitive bad guy. He's like maybe the apprentice or sidekick or whatever the hell you want to call him. But he's not the actual bad guy. I just can't picture his character as the actual bad guy. So they really did, in my opinion, they just really didn't have a choice but to bring him back. Okay, and that's because they're running all this damage control from the shitty movie that Episode 8 was. So Palpatine being back, I am excited for that. But like I said, I'm going to go in there with an open mind this time. I'm not just going to run in there like the excited little kid I turn into every time I go to see a Star Wars movie, because every time I sit in that theater and you see that opening crawl and the music starts playing, I turn into that 8-year-old who saw Star Wars for the first time back in the 80s. Okay, so I kind of like, okay, I'm not going to get fooled, you know, this time. So, you know, we saw, you know, there was Jedi Fallen Order, or the trailer for that. And I got to tell you, I'm really looking forward to this game. Now, it is being made by EA, but I'm not going to sit here and bash EA. That gets done enough on YouTube, okay? They do it to themselves, actually. But I will say, I'm really hoping that this game is good, okay? Because if you really stop and think about it, what has EA done for the Star Wars community since they got the contract from Disney? What have they done for the Star Wars community? All that we've gotten from them are 2 incredibly mediocre Battlefront games, okay? Yeah, Battlefield 1, which was just atrocious, and Battlefront 2 was just a shit show, okay? It was just nothing. It was just a major clusterfuck. Okay, and then the one Star Wars game that everyone was excited about, that game ends up getting canceled. So, you know, we're playing the role of this apprentice who escaped Order 66, and it looks exciting, okay, because, you know, it's the beginning of the Empire, okay, and that's the part of Star Wars I really do want to see, like at the very beginning. It's kind of like Star Wars Rebels but then again, Star Wars Rebels happens like 18 years into the Empire. This is going to be at the very beginning. So I will say, either way, I'm really excited. I'm just really hoping this game isn't like The Force Unleashed. You know, I played The Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed Part 2, and to me, those games were just okay. They weren't bad, but I've played better Star Wars games. Okay, you know, like Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and, you know, so on and so forth. There are a crap ton of good Star Wars games from the 90s that I used to play. So, typically, when it comes to EA, I've always said, okay, EA will never again get my money, but I'm really looking forward to this, so I'm really hoping they knock this one out of the park, and who knows, you know, third time's the charm. This will be I'm pretty sure, yeah, this will be about the 3rd Star Wars game that EA has kicked out. And even though, well, it's not EA, it's, I think, is it Respawn, I think, that's actually making the game, but they are owned by EA. So, I'm just hoping they get it right. Okay, now if they don't get this one right, then I'm sorry, Disney needs to yank that contract, or they need to yank the title from them. But then again, I don't see Disney, you know, doing that, because earlier in the year they made the comment that they're happy with the work EA's doing. So all I can hope is, guys, please get this one right. Okay. We saw season 7 of the Clone Wars. So this one I'm really looking forward to, because in the trailer you see Ahsoka fighting Maul. Now, if you read the book Ahsoka, if I'm not mistaken, it's while she was fighting Maul, that's when Order 66 got dropped. So I'm really wondering, I'm hoping that we get to see Order 66 happen at the end of the Clone Wars. or season 7, because this will be the last season. This was the season that I guess got canceled, and now they finished it. But again, when I read that book, if I'm not mistaken, that is when Order 66 happened, and that's when Ahsoka had to, you know, kind of fake her death with Rex. So I'm kind of hoping we get to see that. I know a lot of people were wondering, will we get to see Order 66 at the very end of season 7? So the fact that I saw her fighting Maul, and again, in the book, that's around the time when Order 66 happened. So hopefully we'll get to see that. So not only that, we had The Mandalorian. And now this one I was pleasantly surprised by, simply because when I first heard that there was going to be a Star Wars TV show on The Mandalorian, okay, I was a little excited, but I was like, I don't know about this. You know, what's this going to be about? But after seeing this trailer, whatever doubt I did have is gone. This looked amazing. Okay, it looked really dark. It looked really gritty. It's like it was kind of like a Western, but for Star Wars. So that I'm really looking forward to. Now, I think there's another Star Wars TV show where it's going to be, I can't think of the guy's name from Rogue One. I just brain farted, but is it Kaznian, I think is his name, where it's it explains about him, I guess. But anyway, The Mandalorian, the couple clips we did get to see during Star Wars Celebration, shit looked amazing. I can't wait for that. Okay, and right now I'm just debating, is it worth me, you know, ordering the Disney streaming service, because I believe it's going to be on that. So if I want to see it, I'm going to have to watch it on the Disney streaming service, I guess, that they got coming out or whatever. So, but finally, so you saw at the very beginning of the video, that was the reaction of the Eric Butts reaction to the episode 9 teaser trailer. And I had never heard of his channel. I had never heard of him until I watched the video that Star Wars Theory did on him, where he defended him because, as you saw at the very beginning of my video, of the video here, you know, he's really emotional, and you can tell he's really passionate about Star Wars, and people are just going in on this guy. Well, you know, I don't know him for shit, okay, and obviously he doesn't care, you know, what people think, okay. Me personally, I wouldn't have made a video of me crying and posted that on the internet. That's just me. But I will tell you guys this much. You know, during when I was in the theater watching episode 3, I was actually crying when Order 66 dropped. When I started seeing the Jedi getting killed, and then you saw how the Jedi Temple was getting ransacked, I was actually in the theater crying, and I was really surprised. I just kind of looked at myself like, why the fuck are you crying? But for whatever reason, it was emotional to me, you know, to see that happen. Okay, so I mean, in a way, I used to be this guy. Of course, now I'm a lot older or whatever than what I was when episode 3 came out. Okay, but there's nothing wrong with being passionate about shit you love. Okay, I absolutely love Star Wars. I'm always going to be a Star Wars fan, no matter how, well, I don't want to say no matter how bad they fuck it up. I mean, because episode 8 about killed it for me, and Star Wars Celebration kind of helped to reignite that passion that I have for Star Wars, because I will tell you guys, I was about ready to, especially after Solo came out, I was about done with Star Wars. I was like, all right, this franchise is officially dead. Okay, and after watching Star Wars Celebration, then I thought, okay, here we go. It's gonna get good again. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed. And like I said, guys, I'm not going in there with beer goggles on like I did last time, where I got fooled by The Force Awakens, and you know, and like when Force Awakens came out, I was having a discussion about it with one of my coworkers. He just looked at me and was like, bro, you know, you're not seeing a lot of the issues I'm seeing because you're too excited. Okay, you're excited because it's a new Star Wars movie. We haven't had a Star Wars movie since episode 3 came out, and there are a lot of issues that you're ignoring right now. It's you're not seeing them because you're too excited. So I'm not making that mistake this time around. But anyway, you know, Star Wars is something I want to share with my kids. Now, it's not really something my dad and I shared. He was more of a Star Trek fan. Okay, I was in the Star Wars, he was in the Star Trek, but we both had a love of science fiction, and that's something I want to share with my kids. Okay, so there's absolutely, so I'll, I don't know if he will ever see my video. I'm just a really small, I don't even know if you can call me small. I think I've got like almost 250 subscribers. So he might not ever see this video, but bro, you're not the only person here that's passionate about Star Wars. Like, you're not the only one out there who's cried over Star Wars. And like I said, man, I cried in episode 3, and like I said, I was really shocked. Because when I was wiping tears away from my face, I just like, dude, why the fuck are you crying? I'm not even making that shit up. So, everyone going in on it, you know what, grow the fuck up, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. If someone's passionate and they love something, just let them do their thing. It's, to me, it was just a load of bullshit, all the hate this guy's getting over something. It's not even that big a deal. Okay, that's what I don't understand. If someone, likes Star Wars and he's crying over it, just let him do his thing, whatever. Well, anyway, this video went a little bit longer than what I intended. It's Sunday night. I need to start getting ready for work, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So again, guys, I'm sorry that it took me so long to make another video. Hopefully I can, stick to the original plan of making one video a week. I'm finally getting my computer sent from Georgia. Like I said before, I wasn't able to bring it with me, and I've had a lot of stuff happen with my divorce. So I am now finally getting it shipped. I was hoping to get it sent probably about a month or 2 ago, but again, I've just been busy with work. And then on top of that, I'm buying parts from my new computer. That's going to be a lot better. That was an entry level. This is going to be a little more powerful. Hopefully I'll have that done within a month or so, give or take. But that's pretty much what I got going on. I do have some new subscribers, so if you are new, welcome to the channel. And guys, I'm gonna have to go ahead and wrap this up. I need to get ready for work. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time.